everyone. So it is 4:45 in the morning and we are on the road. Well, I'm on the road to Abington, Virginia, to go pick up our special package today of Rothwell. That will hopefully get Boo bred this weekend. It is a very long drive today. Unfortunately, my husband has a test that he's taking for the police, so he can't come today. All my friends are working, so it is a 6-hour drive one way, 12-hour round trip. I'm hoping to be back at a decent time tonight, and everything should be ready by noon. So we'll see when we get there. Right now we're fueling up, and I need to get some snacks, and we'll be good to go. Check-in. I just stopped at Sheetz real quick because my bladder was killing me and I had to get my first energy drink of the day, so I'm drinking a Zoa. And I'm at I think I'm on the outskirts of the Blue Ridge Mountains. If you guys can see in the background there's a big mountain right there. And so far so good. We're actually making good time. It's 7:10 right now, so still got a little bit to go, but I'm making really good time, and thankfully the drive on this side has been really scenic and really pretty. So hopefully I don't have to stop again on the way there, but my bladder was killing me and I needed to get something to drink because I wanted to save my energy drinks for later. So doing pretty good. Little check-in, and we'll keep on chugging along right now. Probably done this when I was at Sheetz, but I really didn't need gas that bad, but I had about a half tank. Oh geez, dropping phones. So decided to top off here, and I really have to pee. The issue with me on road trips is I like to drink a lot to help stay awake and not have to pee a lot. But in the middle of nowhere, little store, and hopefully they have a bathroom here because I really have to go to the bathroom, and we'll see how this goes. Very quick in and out visit because everything was already there, ready. But there is the very important box that one of those little swimmies in there will hopefully turn into a foal. So I didn't waste any time. I'm back on the road. It is 11:38, and right now my GPS is saying we should get back by 6. Probably realistically, I'll probably have to stop and get gas at some point and everything like that. I'll probably be back a little back for like 6:30, maybe closer to 7. And I'm sure I'm gonna hit traffic when I get close to home. But we have it. It's in the seat next to me. This is all really happening. And hopefully, so I talked to my vet today on the way here. She's going to try to come out tonight to look at the mares. And they're definitely not going to get bred today. So it's either going to be tomorrow or Sunday. But she's going to try to come out tonight to look at them, and probably tomorrow morning, and then kind of figure out what's going on from there. So we shall see. Our next big step for it is that they are supposed to get a hormone injection to help them ovulate at the same time. So it all depends on how big their follicles are and everything. So that's the next big step once I get home with this package, is to look at the girls. But honestly, they'll probably be bred either tomorrow or Sunday. So we shall see. But we survived the first half of the trip. Now for the next 6-ish hour drive home. And I have this nice little package next to me. It says Equine Express, full of everything that will hopefully become my next 1D barrel horse. Holy cow, we are finally coming home. It is 6:36. We have been on the road since 4:30 this morning. We finally made it, just in time too, because my vet is on the way to palpate Boo and Annie. She'll be here at about 7. So perfect timing. I really have to pee, then go get the mares. We'll get them checked, and then we'll figure out our game plan for the weekend with this special bad boy. So stay tuned to see what we find tonight.
She kept saying follicle. I'm like, he's testing her hair?
No. So she started off with 10 millimeters, and they need to be, what, we are hoping for at least like a 50 when she's bred? What was it? Or
usually grows that big before it pops.
So on Wednesday, she had a 20 millimeter follicle, one dominant. So it's like, so theoretically, she should probably have like a 30 today if it was 5 a day.
It's usually 5 a day.
I know.
She's at 40.
Where'd you go? Come on, Mama.
Yeah, 20's on the left. The biggest one's at 40 on the right.
Good job, boo-boo.
That's our biggest one.
Oh, wow. You see it?
And each one of the ticks is 10, so it's 40.
Where did you go, boo-boo?
So interesting that...
All right, Annie. I probably still got a spa day this weekend.
Okay, so I think we give nobody any shots tonight.
Okay.
And I'm not going to breed her tonight. We'll probably breed her tomorrow.
Okay.
And chances are I'll have to give her only a shot to kind of catch her up.
To catch her up to Boo. Was she like a 30?
Yeah, she's not as big, but she's got really good edema in her uterus. And I mean, when she's the one that should have the better uterus, you know? Like
yeah.
Because she's got to carry
She's already had to carry them and whatnot. So today's drive was super worth it. The vet just left from checking Boo and Annie. And Boo's going to get impregnated tomorrow, hopefully. And we'll see how it goes. So we're going to breed her tomorrow morning. And then she actually has a 40 millimeter follicle on her, which I was a little surprised because she was a little behind Annie. So she has a 40 millimeter dominant follicle. And Annie has a 30. So Annie's actually a little bit behind Boo now, even though she started off ahead of her. So what we're going to end up doing is that we're going to breed her tomorrow. So the one dose comes in 2 syringes. We're going to put 1 syringe in her tomorrow, and we'll see how she is in the morning. And then we're going to probably give her a dose tomorrow. And then we are going to give the HCG, which is the hormone that helps them ovulate, probably to Annie because she's behind on their syncing. So they're pretty close. Again, like they're ideally to be like, she'd have a 40, she would have a 40. But we like to have like a 15 millimeter follicle when they tend to pop and ovulate. So Boo is getting there. So that's why we're not going to give her the HCG because she will probably ovulate tomorrow night. So we're going to breed her late morning probably, see what she's looking like. And then probably we're going to check Annie, see where she's at, and probably give her the HCG. Then we're going to check them again on Sunday and see where she's at. Hopefully she will have ovulated at that point already. And if she hasn't, we're going to do the second dose Sunday, and then again check her Monday. So moving forward, she'll be bred tomorrow. Hopefully that'll be it. If not, we breed her again on Sunday, and then we count from the ovulation. So whether she ovulates tomorrow night or Sunday night is when we start counting 7 to 8 days from that day to then transfer into Annie. So it's happening. Makes the 14-hour drive today even more worth it. So we will breed her tomorrow, and I'm going to include, again, every single step of the way, what's going on with that and where we're at. But it is on the great track, and we're going forward with it. And hopefully Boo will take tomorrow, and we'll see how it all goes. She's still waking up from sedation. That's why she looks so asleep. Right, it's so hard being, she needs sedation for all this stuff. But, yep, so we're going to do her tomorrow. Let's stay tuned and see how it goes.
Well, actually, I won't even say that. We're going to breed her for sure.
Okay. Yep, so there's 2 syringes in here.
So grab one.
Okay. It's got his name on it and everything. I'll hold that. It's a very important package. What's the 1 times 10 to the 9th? Is that like the concentration of it?
Yeah. That's a billion.
Okay.
Which is good. Because you only need like 500,000. So they gave us like 4 times more than we needed.
Oh, Mama.
You're all right. You're all right. I know. It feels strange.
Hi, Annie. Oh, boo-boo.
You're all right. Okay, so she is sedated, so we might not take her for a walk.
And so usually you walk them, right?
But we want to make sure she doesn't just spraddle in peace.
She might be able to walk a little bit.
So her uterus feels fantastic, but her ovaries are still, she still doesn't really have a dominant follicle yet. There's nothing bigger than a 20.
Okay.
So, she's just got lots of little stuff.
Nope.
So I've got an HCG that's already hydrated, but maybe I'll just give her that for the fun of it.
Okay.
In theory, her follicles are too small to respond, but it doesn't hurt to,
Okay.
We gotta speed her up a little bit.
Yeah. So the deed is done. Boo is officially impregnated. So we gave her 1 syringe, as you guys saw, of the full dose. So she had a 50 millimeter follicle today, which is really, really good. It's usually when they tend to ovulate is with that size. So we did not give her any hormones to make her ovulate because we are pretty sure she's going to ovulate on her own. So she got Bred. Those will hang in there and she'll hopefully ovulate and it'll all catch right like it's supposed to naturally. So she's going to get checked tomorrow morning and probably get the 2nd dose then if needed type of thing. We'll kind of see how tomorrow looks, but she is officially impregnated. She's not pregnant, but first attempt. So hopefully this goes, fingers crossed. While Annie, on the other hand, is slacking a little bit. So she actually hasn't had a huge dominant follicle present. So she has great uterine tone. Everything else looks really good, like health-wise in there. She has a really, it's going to sound really silly, but really pretty uterus type of thing. So everything back there is doing really good. However, follicle-wise, she's behind. So she did get a dose of HCG, which is a hormone that will help her ovulate. So the next step is that tomorrow morning, we'll check Boo, see how she's doing, if we need to give her the 2nd syringe or not, which is, I hate to say 2nd dose because it's all technically 1 dose. It's very concentrated. There's a lot in there actually had how much concentration's in it. So again, that's really good, but we have a 2nd syringe of the 1 full dose. I keep saying 2nd dose. So she'll get looked at tomorrow, may or may not get that. And then Annie tomorrow morning will look at her, see how her follicles are looking. She may need to get a couple dosages of hormone to speed her up to Boo. Because again, they have to be within like 2 days of each other for the transfer to go successfully. So if Boo ovulates tonight and she ends up ovulating tomorrow, it's not the end of the world. But they just need to be within same area. So that's our big pressing thing right now, is trying to get Annie sped up. So tomorrow morning we will check them, see where we're going. I have already emailed the veterinarian practice that we are using for the transfer itself. So that's gonna be really exciting to see. I'm waiting to hear back on that, but that will probably end up being next weekend. It's 7 days post ovulation. So if Boo ovulates tonight, then tomorrow I guess will be day 1 and count from there type of thing, versus tomorrow, Monday's day 1. So fingers crossed this takes right away. Everything goes good. And hopefully maybe Annie will speed up a little bit and catch up with her. But we will check back in tomorrow and see how it's going in this little oven back here. So just saw this, and it's something important that I wanted to also touch base with and say about the whole breeding process. So Boo and I are supposed to have a race next weekend, Saturday before my birthday. Give or take, embryo transfer is happening. But there's been a lot of studies, and I want a lot of people to understand this, is that there's a lot of studies that have shown an increase in core temperature early on in development of the fetus and embryo and everything has a higher risk of ending the pregnancy. So that's why I double checked with this today. So Boo will be off this week. She's been working this week, but having it pretty easy. But she can have it easy. So like, I'll probably get on her and just walk around and go on a trail ride or whatever like that. So she'll still do stuff for her mentality. However, she will not be running until this is done, especially with her. Again, we'll miss a barrel race. It's not the end of the world, missing one. But she only is carrying this for like 7 days. So within those 7 days, I'm not going to risk anything going on. But it's important for people to know that if you're breeding a performance horse, especially in sports, so you're hauling a lot, like barrel racing when they get really hot and everything, for like low grade, low easy kind of going pleasure stuff, trail riding, so that's probably not the end of the world. But when you're doing high performance stuff and the horses will get hot, they get tired, their core temperature does elevate, it's important to keep in mind when you're breeding. So again, it's always discussion with your vet and everything, but if you're going to breed a performance horse or an athlete that is in their competition season and competing, be wary of their core temperatures. So again, today is the first warm day we've had in the last week and a half or so, which I think has also led into them. So this week, Boo is basically going to have a mini vacation. So she'll still get attention, obviously. We'll probably go for little walks. Like I said, probably take her on a trail ride, maybe get on Dodge and let her walk with him and everything. So she still mentally thinks she's doing stuff because she can't handle just sitting around doing nothing. But she will not be doing anything that's going to really increase her core temperature to risk the foal. So important to state, and I want people to know that. So I wanted to throw this in here, that pay attention to your horse's core temperature during early onsets of breeding, whether your horse is going to carry it or transfer. Just pay attention to that. So it's very important. And especially me, I would hate to risk going somewhere, doing something, and then it dies knowing that, okay, well, if I just didn't do that, we'd still have a foal. So important little thing to know, little tidbit of information, but we will check back in tomorrow and see how this all goes. This might be a silly question. So like, say if there's an embryo and whatnot, when can you actually see it? Like, would we see it before she goes to get flushed, or is it still too small and everything?
So we can't see it with the ultrasound, but when they do the flush, you can see it with your naked eye.
Oh, that's crazy.
If you've got good eyes.
Yeah.
It's like Horton Hears a Who. You know that book?
Yeah. Hey.
Dr. Seuss. So, I mean, it's little and it's translucent, but you can see it.
You can see the difference in it.
Yeah.
Easy, mama.
I think she would ovulate completely on her own, but I'll still give her a shot.
Okay.
There's just too much at stake.
Yeah. How big is it still?
It's like a 55 now.
Okay.
Big. So they're not wiggling next to each other because they make like think of it like heat or like a metabolic byproduct that hurts each other.
Oh, okay.
So the extender just spreads them out. And it also has some nutrients in it that helps them
keeps them like live.
Yeah, so that's its purpose.
I know, mama.
This is what you've been wanting for so long.
Right? I'm like, we're giving you everything you've ever wanted.
It's kind of like a big fake out, but
easy, mama.
Okay, and I still need to visit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Confirm ovulation with her and monitor Annie.
Hi, baby girl. Easy, boo-boo. Good girl.
Yeah, so she grew quite a bit in just a day.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So we give her another dose then, or you think she'll do it? It was a little hectic because I was doing Larry's virtual show. Mike had my phone and I didn't get the text from my vet saying she was on her way, but we saw her pulling just as we were finishing up and bringing Larry back. So it worked out good. So Boo's done. I just turned Annie out. So she has not ovulated yet. She had a 55 millimeter follicle, when she palpated her and ultrasounded her. So we did breed her again today, and we gave her hormones this time also to push it along. The follicle itself started to have like dimples and get really soft, and her uterine tone and cervix are all very different and better. More along the lines of what happens when they're about to ovulate. So fingers crossed when we check her tomorrow morning, she's ovulated and everything's fine. So we did just put the second dose in her. We'll check her in the morning. Annie, she got hormones yesterday and she's come along a lot better. So she had like a 20 millimeter yesterday, 20, 25, maybe 30. And today she's at a 40. So within a day, she's like, boom. So we didn't give her anything more because hopefully this will kind of keep cruising and keep going since she's drastically improved just from yesterday. So, hopefully again with the hormones on board, it will just assure, and my vet was saying that she's pretty sure that she's going to ovulate on her own, but we just want to make sure. So she got more put into her, the last syringe, and we will check her tomorrow morning to make sure she's ovulated and hopefully everything's good to go. So she's waking up now. Annie just went back outside. So tomorrow is our next check to check her for ovulation as well as Annie. And fingers crossed they all ovulate tonight is the goal.